how to enforce boundaries like an alpha. Now listen, women don't follow words, they don't follow actions, they follow consequences. If a woman doesn't feel a consequence for a negative behavior, she assumes that there is no boundary line. Women crave structure, and if you don't provide one, she will create her own. And that means only one thing: you absolutely lose control. You lose power. So boundaries don't only install respect and discipline in the relationship, it creates structure. So here are 5 ways that you can enforce boundaries in your relationship like an alpha. Let's jump right into it. Number 1, set the boundary lines from day 1. Communicate displeasures immediately it happens. The best and easiest time to align a woman's behavior with your boundaries is the very early stage of the relationship. At that emotions stage, at that stage where she's still relating with you according to how she feels, at that stage where you both are still relating with each other according to how you feel, at that stage when the emotions is still high, at that stage when the spark is still there, when the chemistry is still there, at that stage she is willing to make every possible adjustments because of how she feels about you. Failure to communicate boundaries from the day 1, from the very first moment she does that misbehavior, it becomes difficult to correct it down the line. The mistake most men make is they let bad behaviors slide because the relationship is still new. They let dysfunctional behaviors slide. They ignore the behaviors because the relationship is still new. It's just 1 week old. It's just a day old. It's just 1 month old. Relax. By the time it gets to 6 months, 2 months, 3 months, now I could easily call her out on her bad behaviors. Now you entertain these bad behaviors until it becomes a lifestyle. It becomes the way she relates with you. Now trying to change it down the line, it becomes a problem. See, listen, there is always going to be the very first time a woman is going to speak to you in a way that you're going to receive as disrespectful. That very moment, I don't care if the relationship is 1 day old, I don't care if it's 1 week old, call her out on that behavior. Check her immediately on it. That is one way you establish that boundary. The very first time it happens, don't let it slide. Check her on it. Now listen, calling a woman out on a bad behavior doesn't mean shouting, it doesn't mean being abusive, it doesn't mean being toxic, it doesn't mean speaking derogatorily to her. Now listen to me, it simply means let it be known that this behavior is a no-no. Now let's say she's upset with you, or let's say she's angry and she speaks to you and she's shouting or raising her voice. Now all you need to do is to calm down until she's done. Now when she's done, you tell her, hey, listen to me, the very next time you want to talk to me, bring down your voice. Speak at a tone I will listen to you. Bring down your voice, talk, I will hear you. The next time you want to talk to me and you raise your voice, you might not like my reaction. So what were you saying? Immediately, you've checked her on it. Now, being that is the very first time she's attempting such behavior, now she understands that this behavior is a no-no to you. Now, why you asked her, so what were you saying? Is so she understands that everything she said when she was shouting, you weren't listening. Now, she had to repeat herself in a manner that suits your boundary, so you can understand her. She has to re-echo what she has said in a respectful manner, so you listen, and very easily that boundary is set. But some men will ignore it because you don't want to hurt her feelings. Some men will let it slide because you don't want to hurt her feelings, because the relationship is still new. You don't want her to see you as a jerk. You don't want her to feel bad. Now down the line, the relationship, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year into the relationship, you now become very uncomfortable with those behaviors and you want to change them. Now the moment you call her out on those behaviors, she tell you, I've been speaking to you like this from day 1. You've never complained. Why suddenly did you start complaining? You're just being controlling. You're just being insecure. Now it becomes very difficult to change that behavior, for her to adjust that behavior that you should have corrected from the day 1. So set the boundary lines from the day 1. Number 2, never reward her when she is not acting right. Now this is simply rewarding compliance and punishing resistance. This is simply you knowing when to reward a woman and when not to reward a woman. Let's say she does something wrong that requires her to apologize. Now she's not apologizing. Instead of apologizing, she starts being moody. She starts acting up. She starts acting a certain way. Now you become tired of her being moody and all of these things. You start buying her gifts just for her to smile. You start giving her money, doing stuff for her, buying her gifts, sending her sweet messages just for her to smile. Now listen to me. What you're doing is rewarding those negative behaviors, and I swear to you, she will reinforce those behaviors back to you. Anytime she wants those rewards, she will do those same bad behaviors, because those are the same behaviors that earned her those rewards. Because psychologically, listen to me, psychologically, people tend to reinforce the behaviors that you will reward. So reward a bad behavior, she multiplies it to you. She reinforces them back to you, because those are the behaviors that earned her those rewards. Now, punish bad behaviors with detachment. Punish it with holding back your reward. Let her see that the energy that she gets when she does those bad behaviors are energies that she doesn't want to receive. Now she stops it. Now, the moment she begins to act right, the moment she begins to comply, the moment she begins to be cooperative with you, you reward her. Now, rewarding those good behaviors instills in her mind, instills in her psychology that these behaviors are actually the behaviors that gets her all of these good rewards. Now she wants to reinforce back those good behaviors to you. So never reward negative behavior. Number 3, train her through experience, not through words. Now, this is very important. For every boundary you set, make sure you align yourself with that same boundaries. You cannot set a boundary and you don't live by it. If you set a boundary that there is nothing like talking to exes in this relationship, make sure you align yourself with it. Make sure you live by it. If you set a boundary that you have to be transparent with your phone, make sure you're being transparent with your own phone. You teach her through experience, not through words. The more she experiences you living out those boundaries, she understands that those boundaries are actually very paramount to you. The more she is compelled to aligning herself with them. Number 4, never negotiate your boundaries. She's always going to come back to you trying to see if she can renegotiate the boundaries. Probably you become more lenient with it. Probably you can make it in a way where she can get away with some of them. Now listen, when you negotiate your boundaries with a woman, it loses efficacy. It becomes meaningless and a joke. The moment she realizes that your boundaries are negotiable, her respect for you dies. And when her respect dies, so does her attraction. Let's say you set a boundary about her wearing some kind of dresses that probably exposes her body, or that is too skimpy, and you want to hang out with her, and she comes to tell you, babe, I want to wear this dress. I know it's transparent, I know it's skimpy, but it's you that I'm hanging out with. It's the both of us. I'm wearing it for you. It's you that I'm hanging out with. Listen, don't be manipulated. Now listen to me, bro. You're not the only one who's going to see her when she wears those things. Stick to your boundaries and send her right inside to go change into something better and come out. Live by those boundaries. Don't renegotiate your boundaries simply because probably it favors you. No. If she can get away with it, it becomes a lifestyle. She could wear them for you inside, but outside is a no-no, and stick to that boundary. Do not negotiate it. And number 5, increase her loyalty through offering value. Listen, a woman doesn't become loyal to you because she likes you. She becomes loyal to you because there is something that you're providing that she cannot get elsewhere very easily. Provision, protection, experience, mystery, companionship, security. These are the things women depend on. Women don't fall in love with you. They fall in love with what you provide. A woman is only loyal to a man that provides what she feels that she is lacking. That is why one of the ways you can increase her loyalty is through increasing your value. Continuously increase your value. Keep doing better with yourself. See, listen, it is not what you do for a woman that keeps her with you for the long term. It is what you do with yourself. So if there is any art every man must master, it is the art of increasing your value. Constantly increasing your value. Getting better with yourself. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do stuff for her. Do stuff for her, but bro, do more with yourself. What you do for a woman makes her feel good about herself, but what you do with yourself makes her feel good about you. It makes her find you attractive. If you don't follow me now, you might never see me again.